Let's see if I can capture this on video. So trouble with hole 4, tongue block bending. Right, so you can pucker it. You're happy. C harmonica. Get the A. Right, pucker. You're happy. Yeah, you've been a puckerer. You're happy. Maybe you can tongue block some other holes, but they struggle with the 4. I struggled with the 4. Right, so I remember Ronnie Shellis said, sort of, close your teeth. Well, tongue blocking. So tongue blocking, you can't obviously close them so much, but so he's talking about a C harmonica bending on 4. But the principle remains. Change room. The principle remains that if you close your jaw a bit, there's smaller cavity, because let's say A harmonica, hole 1, big cavity, hole 2 smaller, hole 3 and hole 4, 5 and 6. That's how it is. And sort of like, A harmonica, big cavity, D or E harmonica, it's going to be a smaller cavity because they're smaller reeds. Right, there's less grace, okay? So the principle remains. Close your jaw somewhat, as much as you can, whilst your tongue blocking, of course, right? So tongue block, hole C, on a C harmonica, hole 4. Right now, my mouth is that. So I'm not using any principle of like narrow mouth or even forcing myself to close the jaw. That might actually been more effort, more intentional, as in close. So when I was struggling with my 4 jaw bend, tongue blocking, I sent it to a couple of guys. If I name them, you'd know. And one, he's top of the tree, and he went, nothing wrong with that. Because what he was saying was, without saying it, he was saying, you've got the note. Tone needs working on, but you've got the note. So, right, closing jaw, even tongue blocking. Using the method that Ronnie Shellis talks, Lee Sankey talks about in his video. Maybe I'll find a link to that. He talks about, moving the power, the effort, the intention from your mouth and your tongue more towards your throat. Obviously, I can't show you what I'm doing there. The other thing, to get you started, and this is only to get you started, so it's not, this is the way we all tongue block hole 4 and up. It's not like that. But to get you started, so you've done the puckering. So now, just block hole 3. So normally tongue blocking, you might be a bit like that. Quite open. Well, what I'm saying is narrow your mouth, narrow your jaw much as you can. Instead of blocking, say, 2 and 3 and 1 maybe for hole 4, I'm saying just block hole 3. So it's almost like a pucker. Close your jaw. So what you've done is what I'm encouraging you to do is go from a pucker to a tongue block. Like, so say you're just playing holes. It's quite big. But I'm saying narrow everything down, right? And this is only a starting to get you to start to make that noise on hole 4. So I thought on that. It's not a long-term solution. It's to start to empower those parts of your embouchure, your tongue, your mouth, your lips, your throat. So, see what I've done there? It's still tongue blocking, but I'm only blocking one hole. Yeah, it's so that you still for a bit still use the energy here, but what you really need to do is start to move it back, move the energy back. And what you want to do is just get the note, like on a bending app, for instance, or on a piano. Just get the note. Yeah, the tone ain't going to be great. Don't go like this. Tongue block 4. Oh, I don't like that tone. Pucker. Oh, my pucker's so much better. I can't compare. So part of your problem, if you're like me, is your perception. If you're comparing your tone from a tongue block 4 to a pucker 4, then it ain't going to measure up just yet, because that's what you've been used to. The other thing that I would say is you commit 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah, all right. If you're on stage, then you got to do what you got to do to perform. That's different. I don't know anything about that. All I know is you've got to commit. So when you're at home, only tongue block it. Like I've been saying, narrowing the mouth, closing the jaw, using the effort here, as much effort. The other thing that I did to start to tongue block it entirely was I puckered, but I floored my tongue. So hole 4, puckering, flooring my tongue as much as I can. Now, people would argue that my tongue's still moving somewhere, and I'd say, yeah, that's correct. But I'm not doing this with my tongue. Watch. C harmonica. If you're struggling with a C, then use an A. Right. Pucker, floor my tongue, which means I'm activating other parts. Get the tongue floored. So what I'm doing, or what I did, was I started to then pulsate other parts, started to sort of move other parts. And it's not like, oh, I just sat there and did this. Oh yeah, I got it sort of thing. No, it took a day or so, trying other parts of my anatomy. Yeah. So 3 things, I guess. Closing the jaw as much as you can. Narrowing your embouchure, only blocking one hole to make a start. Pucker but floor your tongue to start to activate more of this instead of your tongue. And whilst you're at home playing, only tongue block it. Commit to that so that your tone becomes as good as your pucker.